Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 2018 Gold Rush Hall of Fame Jersey Edition random player one box break. We'll get started in just a moment with our buyer randomization. Hope everybody's having a good evening. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in the room before we get started. And yeah. If anybody's listening, can you do me a favor and let me know that you're able to hear me okay? Just want to make sure the audio is good before I start going through the list. All right, well, it is 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, so we'll get started with our buyer randomization. Just like in all of our breaks, we list everybody in order of which they purchased their spots. So in this particular break, Nathan 4B86 bought our first spot, and Rick 1778 was kind enough to close out the break for us. So we're going to randomize the list 5 times and match it up against an alphabetical player list from the product. So once, twice, 3 times, 4, and lucky number 5. And we've got VDDVC at the top, and let's see who we've got at the bottom. And we've got Corey 32 2001 at the bottom. Go ahead and sort this by buyer name. That way we'll save a little time. I don't have to read everybody's name off a bazillion times. All right, so ALJU_84 has Ernie Banks, Johnny Bench, Earl Campbell, Julius Irving, Dan Fouts, Goose Gossage, Larry Little, Curtis Martin, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Strahan, and Aeneas Williams. Bobby D040 has Derek Brooks, Orlando Cepeda, Gary Cheevers, Dennis Eckersley, John Hanna, Michael Irvin, Allen Iverson, Dan Marino, Willie Mays, Ralph Sampson, Fran Tarkington, and Frank Thomas. Boston John's got Lou Brock, Dick Butkus, Steve Carlton, Eric Dickerson, and Billy Williams. Brian Nomura 0 has Morton Anderson and Kenny Easley. Cassie Fari 0 has Rod Carew, Curly Cole, Mike Ditka, Eddie Giacomi, Ken Griffey Jr., Gordie Howe, Andre Reed, Brooks Robinson, Lawrence Taylor, and Robin Yount. Chris Thompson 75 has Howie Long and John Smoltz. Corey 32 2001 has Roberto Alomar, Johnny Bauer, Terry Bradshaw, Tim Brown, Johnny Butte, Terrell Davis, Lynn Dawson, Marcel DeYoung, Chris Dolman, Clyde Drexler, Phil Esposito, Marshall Falk, Raleigh Fingers, Tom Glavine, Kevin Green, Wayne Gretzky, Vladimir Guerrero, Franco Harris, Paul Horning, Brett Hull, Al Kaline, Jim Kelly, Tony La Russa, Barry Larkin, Bob Lilly, Joe Montana, Randy Moss, Jim Palmer, Tony Perez, Tim Raines, Mel Renfro, Jim Rice, Mitch Richmond, John Riggins, Dennis Rodman, Thurman Thomas, LaDainian Tomlinson, Brian Urlacher, Bill Walton, Kurt Warner, JoJo White, Dominic Wilkins, and Steve Eiserman. Fabrique 38.5 has Jerome Bettis. Gold 12 has Don Sutton. Kinbo 40-2012 has Troy Aikman, Chipper Jones, and Mike Singletary. KRI ALBR 16 has Jim Bunning, Steve Largent, Joe Morgan, Dave Robinson, and Ryan Sandberg. Loveox has Rick Barry, Wade Boggs, Dominic Ashik, Jimmy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, Jerry Rice, Warren Sapp, O.J. Simpson, Johnny Unitas, and Kellen Winslow. Michael 1986 NY has Marcus Allen, Charles Barkley, Bobby Clark, Jack Morris, and Shaquille O'Neal. Mike Caruso has Larry Bird, Chris Chelios, Dermonte Dawson, Bobby Orr, and Rod Woodson. MLS KWN2 has John Elway, Brett Favre, Gale Sayers, and Lynn Swan. Nathan 4B86 has Bobby Hull, Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken Jr., Joe Sakic, and Jason Taylor. Pepsi Junkie 7777 has Bill Barber, Ed Belfour, Ray Bork, Chris Carter, Brian Dawkins, Tony Dorsett, Tommy Lasorda, Ray Lewis, Adam Oates, and Mike Piazza. Rick 1778 has Martin Brodeur, Bob Gibson, Joe Green, Bob Creasy, Brian Leach, Carl Malone, Alonzo Mourning, Cam Neely, Jonathan Ogden, Patrick Wall, Roger Staubach, Bruce Suter, Alan Trammell, Brian Trottier, Roger Worley, and Jack Youngblood. Ricky G015 has Gary Carter, Andre Dawson, Reggie Jackson, Kevin McHale, Mark Messier, Jim Otto, Bill Parcells, Robert Parrish, Scottie Pippen, Deion Sanders, Duke Snyder, and Steve Young. Sam K. Dudek has Jim Brown, Grant Fuhrer, Bernie Parent, Barry Sanders, and Emmett Smith. Simon 1603 has Jerry West. Unlikely Crusader has Carlton Fisk, Walter Payton, and Bill Russell. Vallejo 40813 has Bill Mazeroski. VDDVCE7 EVG VQ87 has Hank Aaron, Dino Cicerelli, Fergie Jenkins, Magic Johnson, Sonny Jurgensen, Ronnie Lott, Warren Moon, Gaylord Perry, Larry Robinson, Nolan Ryan, Ozzie Smith, and Dave Winfield. All right, now that we've went through the list, give me just a moment to slide my chair over to the other side of the table, and we will open the box. All right, here is our box. I'm going to just go ahead and run this across it to cut the cellophane. We've got a couple seals we have to cut too. All right, so let's see here. There we go. Try to make sure the seals are in the frame when I cut them. It's a little difficult when you're used to working with little boxes of cards and you've got a ginormous jersey box. Okay, so let's see who we have. We'll tilt this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and So we have our JSA witness authentication. And that would be Gary Cheevers. Nice autograph there on the 3. Gary Cheevers with the jersey number, and then the Hall of Fame notation there in the middle of the 3, Hall of Fame 1985. And there is our JSA authentication, which the number matches the little certificate there. So let's see who won. Cheers. And that goes to Bobby D040. Congrats. Congratulations on that. All right. Certainly a nice little jersey. Nice signature with inscription too, not just the autograph, but the Hall of Fame inscription. All right. Well, thanks everybody that bought spots in this break. We certainly appreciate it, and we appreciate your patience and for waiting for as long as it did to take to get filled. But again, you know, our breaks do take a little bit longer, but again, we appreciate everyone's patience and for everyone that joined us live tonight on the break. And I hope you all have a great rest of your evening.